Witam Was serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku mojego gameplaya Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Wychodzimy z tej chwili z portu Kreusis i podążamy w kierunku kolejnej misji w ramach zapomnianych mitów greckich. O proszę, Alcibiades.
My, is that Cassandra Vaiad, the Eagle Bearer, messenger of Zeus, she who launched 1,000 hearts?
Alcibiades. I'm known by many names, but that last one sounds to be of your own making.
My young friend Archimedes here could use your legendary talents to woo the object of his desire.
You would have my eternal gratitude.
I'd like to know more about the man asking for my help.
I'm Archimedes. I came to Alcibiades because he boasts of his exploits as a lover and knows Praksylii.
I'm a Misthios, not some famed lover.
Nonsense! I've heard that Armistios here is the only one allowed near the pirate queen Xenia's booty.
What's the job?
Have you ever heard of Praksylii?
The name sounds familiar. Who is she?
Who is she? A poet blessed by Apollo himself. She describes the gods as if they were her lovers. Her lyre is a legendary weapon wielded in her hands. I want to meet her, but talking to a goddess such as she? Terrifying.
Oh, nonsense. Usually you give a woman some flowers, and she'll show you her flower. However, this is Praksylii. She is not easily impressed.
Of course. No ordinary flower will do. They need to be worthy of a goddess.
I come to this coast every year for the poetry festival. Of all the beautiful blossoms, none match the scent and radiance of the coral rose. Fetch some, and all doors and legs shall open for you.
No i tak zwana fetch quest.
I'll return with your flowers. Where can I find the coral rose? It sounds rare.
You would be correct. However, like all good things in life, these take more work than most are willing to expend. They're atop a nearby mountain.
Say I do get these flowers. Where would I bring them?
Back to camp? Praksylii should be in her tent.
You mentioned being here for a poetry festival?
I did. It's one of the many festivals to Apollo, but this one holds a special place in my heart, among other places. Other festivals are so stuffy. Here we worship like maenads.
I've heard enough.
Please, if you are as skilled with sword and heart as Alcibiades says, you'll return to me with the coral rose. As a poet, it's best that I stay at camp while you do the hiking.
You'd be an easy snack for wolves or bears. I'll return with the roses.
Wielbiciel Praksylii. Powiem wam ogólnie, że jak się robi te misje za drugim razem, to już się takie nie wydają ciekawe. Wtedy przynajmniej za pierwszym, wydawały się czasami absurdalnie zabawne, czasami absurdalnie głupie. Ale jakoś się grało. Za drugim razem jest tak, że no jakoś dalej chce się grać. Więc jest jakiś urok w Odysei, że chce się po prostu ten świat zwiedzać. No ale z racji tego, że jest taki bardzo żywotny. Znaczy, czuć, że ten świat żyje. Nie jest martwy. To jest jedna z tych rzeczy, dzięki której chyba się wespniemy na górę. Jest to jedna z tych właśnie rzeczy, która trzyma przy tej grze. Nie dziwię się, dlaczego ma tylu wielbicieli. Myślę, że nazwałbym się kimś, kto bardzo tą grę lubi. W końcu chyba w żadnej grze tyle godzin nie spędziłem, co w Odysei. A niech za kolejny dowód świadczy fakt, że kiedy szlak trafił kilkanaset moich filmów z Odysei, to stwierdziłem, że bez problemu mogę ogarnąć, znaczy, że tak powiem, wyrównać straty.
These must be the coral roses.
Wyrównać straty i zagrać sobie jeszcze raz Przynajmniej fragment rozgrywki, bo tylko fragment potrzebowałem. Dobra, no to teraz... Aha, jeszcze gdzieś jeden. Tylko where? Nie, tam jest coś innego. Chociaż w sumie ile trzeba, to chyba zebraliśmy. A, widzę, tu jest kolejna. Nie, to jest coś innego. Dobra, mamy wszystkie. O, troszkę się ich tu zbierało. Okej, no to walimy z powrotem. Z powrotem będzie łatwiej, bo z górki. O proszę, jeszcze kolejna. Nie wiem po co my je zbieramy, ale... Może do czegoś się tam przyda jeszcze. Chociaż wątpię, bo... Podobnie jak te skały orychalkowe. To jedna z tych rzeczy, którą można całą grę przejść bez problemu i jakoś nigdy nie widziałem potrzeby cofania się tam do... na Fokidy, żeby do tego kupca zanieść te skały i coś z nich mieć jakiś pożytek.
I found your coral roses.
You're back! That's perfect. The roses are perfect. Oh, look at the luster. The fragrance. Now you must deliver them to her.
You came all this way to meet her. You should be the one to do it.
Please, I'm much too nervous to speak to her. I've composed a poem to recite. Here, let me teach you.
I'd say it all wrong. I'm a mystios, not a poet.
Then, would you at least deliver the flowers while I rehearse?
Fine. But the rest is up to you.
Okay, she's at her tent, right there. Go give them to her.
Praksylii, I have flowers for you from Archimedes of... somewhere.
Did I not tell you to get the wine 5 minutes ago?
Cassandra Vaiad, may I introduce you to my dear friend Praksylii, Apollo's muse and mistress of the golden strings.
You're Praksylii?
Didn't expect an aged bard. Mercenary of Ayad?
It would be foolish of me to assume a master of the craft would be young.
Praksylii, this is Cassandra Vaiad, eagle-bearer, messenger of Zeus, launcher of 1,000...
Cassandra Kaka, cast stone and light alike, leaves ladies and lads alight alive. Ailing women and awestruck men cling to her side.
A true genius.
Look at those shoulders. A soldier, a Spartan, a thorn in the side of tyrants. She who dares challenge Poseidon. Alcibiades, this one I'm keeping my eyes on.
The poems she writes about me are never so kind.
I have flowers for you. They're not from me. They're from Archimedes. He's right over... Well, he was over there.
A coral rose? Huh. I'll have to get my servant to add these to the pile.
It's a gift. Show some gratitude.
Where is that servant girl? I swear her head must be rattling with rocks.
I wish she'd rattle my rocks.
A haikos is missing. That idiot must have taken it with her and run off.
A haikos.
Achaikos is Praxylia's legendary lyre.
I set it down after tuning moments before you arrived. I can't go on stage without a haikos.
I did see Archimedes leaving in quite a hurry.
We need to get that lyre back. Please, without Praksylii getting everyone's juices flowing, this festival is just a bunch of young men measuring the size of their verse.
This lyre was special. Can you play another for your recital?
Perseus without winged sandals or a mirrored shield was just a man. Would he have the same legends, the same mystery if he performed each task without a legendary weapon?
It's very valuable, both in significance and in drachmi.
This lyre was special. Can you play another for your recital?
Perseus without winged sandals or a mirrored shield was just a man. Would he have the same legends, the same mystery if he performed each task without a legendary weapon?
It's very valuable, both in significance and in drachmi.
O, czyli 2 razy to, co wybrałem.
Archimedes and the missing servant both disappeared as the lyre was stolen. They could be working together.
Oh, and he seemed like such a nice boy.
Alcibiades invited a viper into my tent.
Is there somewhere they could have taken it?
It's a poetry festival. There's no better hub for shady trade.
I'll find the thief and return the lyre.
Wielbiciel Praksylii ogarnięty. O, mamy nowy dany punkt zdolności jakoś ostatnio. 70 poziom. Tego się nie spodziewałem. Co my tu mamy? Awantura o Lirę. Trochę zwinęliśmy, ale się nic nie stało. Dobra, czy teraz walimy? A, mamy pogadać, okej. Zobaczymy tylko, co my tu mamy. Zdolności, ten punkcik. Ja myślę, że wartałoby... Tu sobie można byłoby coś... Tylko w co? Kurde, jak my rzadko deszcz zniszczenia wykorzystujemy, tak sobie teraz uzmysłowiłem. Tu w sumie mamy wszystko, co nam trzeba. No tego krzyku bojowego to prawie nie oglądamy. Znaczy, opłaca się dbać o własne wyposażenia. Zwiększ wartość, właśnie to się może przyda. No 30. Dobra. Czemu nie? Okej, to jest awantura o Lirę, o najemnicy. A, też jakiegoś tam skasowaliśmy po drodze. Okej, no to teraz gadamy.
Praxyla's lyre has gone missing. Have you seen it?
Praxyla's lyre is missing? That's terrible news. First no Euripides and now this? Krefsis really has gone to the dogs.
Ha. Tośmy się wiele nie dowiedzieli.
I'm looking for a missing lyre.
Aren't we all?
Are we?
O, ten to był w ogóle gadatliwy. Czekaj, mamy trochę drewna. Ja chyba sobie odpalę porę dzienną, bo powiem wam, że średnio tak się... Znaczy w nocy jest niby klimat, ale jakoś wolę jak jest dzień. Kogo myśmy jeszcze nie zapytali? Nie, kawałka drewna się nie zapytam, tylko chciałem po prostu podejść.
If Praxyla doesn't perform, my cohort and I shan't be visiting Krefsis next year.
Chyba, że tego typa nie spytaliśmy.
I'm looking for a man named Archimedes.
I know an Archimedes. Otherwise, no.
He might have been holding a lyre?
There are as many men holding lyres here as there are blades of grass on a field.
No i super. Czyli teraz idziemy dalej. No tego typa już wypytaliśmy.
Good luck finding your long lost lyre.
Do you know a man named Archimedes?
Archimedes? Archimedes. That's the kid who hangs out around the Vipers. Yeah, I know him. He's been coming to the festival for 3 or 4 years, maybe.
The Vipers? Who are they?
You know how it is. People feel small, so they band together to make the rest of us feel smaller. They took over the temple of Athena Itonia a while back. Now it's hard to take the road without being held at knife point.
Do you think that's where Archimedes would take a lyre?
Hope not. For his sake. The Vipers are dangerous. If he did have the lyre on him, they'd probably rough him up for it. He's one of those kids that'd be keeping around for fodder, if you get me.
Did he have a lyre on him?
I didn't see him with one. I saw him talking to you, then walking towards Praksyllii's tent. He and Praksyllii's pretty elot have been sneaking around lots. Just assume they were, you know, planting a garden.
Planting a garden, fajny ten idiom.
Is the Temple of Athena the best place to sell a stolen lyre?
You can buy and sell anything here, unfortunately. But going to the Vipers guarantees the person you stole from won't follow you in. Shame. It was such a beautiful temple.
Thank you for your help.
Hope you find the Lira. Watch out for the Vipers at the Temple of Athena.
Lira. No okej, czyli teraz wchodzimy sobie do mapy i co? Są gdzieś w Beocji. O matko święta. No i tak, jesteś przecież w Beocji. Północno-zachodnia strona góry Helikon. Północno-zachodnia. Czyli gdzieś tutaj to będzie. Północ-zachód. No cóż, gonimy. Gdzieś w końcu trafimy na to. We are close. Ci tam dalej gdzieś jest.
Someone, please help!
You're that servant. The one who disappeared at the same time as the lyre.
I can explain. Archimedes talked me into it and said he'd use the drachmi to buy my freedom. When we escaped, he said he wanted to bring the lyre to the Vipers. I said no. The Vipers said yes.
So, the Vipers have Archimedes and the lyre now. As for you, you can go back to Praksylii and apologize if you really want help.
Okej, czy teraz uwolnimy Archimedesa. Trochę mi się przypomniał mit Orfeusz i Eurydyka, ale nie wiem, czy to ma coś wspólnego. Odznaczę sobie tamto cholerstwo. Czyli gdzieś już byliśmy raz. Tak, raz już tu byliśmy. Tam jest jeden, tam jest drugi.
That must be where they're keeping Archimedes and the lyre.
Pójdziemy naokoło, żeby nie było, że nas... O, to był niezły. Kurde, myślałem, że jakoś się... No dobra, whatever. Koleś jest tutaj, tu jest kolejny. Gdzieś tu jeszcze ten kolejny jest. Dobra. Jakbyśmy wleźli na samą górę, to byśmy ich zobaczyli z góry. Tak jest za daleko, zdecydowanie. Jakoś tak wyjątkowo po jednym ogarniamy na tych sztylety. To się nam ewidentnie rzadko zdarza. Ale musi przyjść ten pierwszy raz. Oni są odwróceni. Okej, teraz ci tamci. Dobra, typia skasowana, możemy do tamtego kolesia wracać.
Oh, thank the gods I'm saved. These horrible thugs blackmailed me into stealing the lyre.
I doubt that.
They took it from me when I was captured.
Nadbarany uciekają z nami.
Malaka got what they deserved.
Did they force you to steal Praksylai's lyre?
No, they gave me the confidence I was lacking. We would drink and complain about poetry at the festival, and I let slip that Praksylai's my mother.
What? Praksylai's your mother?
She is. She abandoned me and my father when I was a child. Something about following her destiny to be a wandering poet. My father, Achaikos, built the lyre for her as a wedding present. She loved it more than us. I wanted her to feel the way we did when she left.
No, to jest niezły tuścik. Znaczy nie pamiętałem jak to szło, ale jest nieźle. Jest nieźle.
Praksylii got what she deserved for abandoning her family.
I just wanted her to feel some of the pain I felt. Why don't I feel better?
Archimedes, I know you still have the lyre. Give it to me.
It got broken in the struggle.
Malaka!
Wait, before you leave, I need some advice. Should I talk to Praksylii? I don't know what to do.
No, pewnie, że powinieneś.
Approach Praksylii as yourself and talk to her. Maybe she missed you and didn't know how to come home.
I need time to think about everything. My father, my mother, my friends. Please don't tell Praksylii who I am.
Dobra, czyli Lirę Praksylii mamy. I nasz kuń. Czy jednak w trakcie sceny, znaczy w trakcie ładowania się skryptu ze sceną, kunik się zatrzymuje. No w sumie tak, kiedyś tak mi się zrobiło, że dzik mi się jakby zawiesił w trakcie rozmowy i dopóki się rozmowa nie skończyła, to nie atakował. Więc gra się jakoby zatrzymuje w czasie w momencie rozmowy. Znaczy sceny. Cutscenki, o.
was able to get the lyre, but not in one piece.
Thank you. Oh, Haikos, what mischief did you get yourself into?
Okej, awantura o Lirę ogarnięta, czy teraz kolejna misja?
Oh, Cassandra, thwarter of thieves. I appreciate you bringing a Haikos back to me, but I need to ask another favor.
You need help fixing the lyre.
Perceptive, too. Look at it. Wood's gone soft, body splintered, it's toneless, tooless even.
What can be done to save it?
Proces has been having this festival for years. The town is built around it. Of course, because instruments are as fragile as a poet's heart, there's a master lyre maker at Proces' port.
Not too far away.
And since it's been proven that nothing is safe on these hills, I'll need some muscle for protection.
I can help you get there safely.
The journey will be worth your while. Come now.
I'm right behind you.
I have many fond memories of this place. I've watched the port grow into a town, and the small gathering of
Naprawa
friends
Liry.
grow into a massive festival. It's more home than home.
Your true love is a lyre and your home is a poetry festival? You never wanted to settle somewhere?
Oh, you sweet young child. My life isn't as simple as you make it out to be. I'm like Zephyros, needing to go where I please. I learned this the hard way.
So you care only for yourself?
If you only live your life for others, what's the point? You're nothing but a slave, a loyal beast at best.
People can get hurt.
If I had been the least expected of me, traditional and domestic, I would have died inside. And like as not, thrown myself into the sea. I know what I need.
Seems like the festival here is much less formal than the others I've encountered.
Yes, Dionysus claimed our offerings to Apollo and granted us the gift of ecstasy.
I can see why it would attract people from far and wide.
Do not misunderstand. Heathen is one part of worship, but the...
I się zamknęła, bo skrypt ją uciszył.
Timicha, where are you?
Who is making all that fucking noise?
Ha.
The smell of the sea is almost enough to cover your stench, Timicha.
Praksylii, I've been gathering fruits to throw at you all week.
High praise coming from you. I need a favor. A Haikos was kidnapped by some idiot and needs a new neck.
This idiot?
This idiot carries a sharp spear.
I hired this muscle here to get a Haikos back. Now she's keeping me company.
All right, give him here. Poor fellow's been brutalized.
But you can fix it, right?
Of course I can fix him. I am the best pair of hands you're going to find outside of Athens. Problem is, a Haikos is a special boy. I have materials, but nothing worthy of putting him together.
What materials do you need?
I have what I need for the neck, but the old one took the strings and yoke out when it snapped. Ah, there's a crack running through the soundbox. That needs to be replaced.
What should I be looking for?
Some use bone for the yoke and neck, but nothing beats wood in my opinion. Strings are made from gut, and we could use a shell for the soundbox.
Soundbox po prostu.
Those strings don't look like guts to me.
They are. Just soaked for a long time and pulled thin. I'm sure you'll enjoy killing some legendary beast to help a Haikos sing.
I've seen some lyres with turtle shells for the body.
Not a lot of turtles on this coast, but a good sturdy conch should do the trick.
What's a yoke? And what wood do you need to replace it?
The yoke is the crossbar that all of the strings are attached to.
Sure is. It needs to bend, so a springy wood is best.
I think we all can agree on that.
I will return with the materials to repair a Haikos.
Zbierz wilcze wnętrzności. Nice. Z tego co pamiętam to te... Zaraz. Shit. No i co, będę za nami ganiać teraz? Może nie. Jeśli dobrze pamiętam, to te wilki gdzieś tam na wzgórzach były.
fierce animals.
Dobra,
I'll
jednego
gut them
mamy.
for Praksylii.
Tu następny jest. Jest kolejny.
Hope these are enough guts for fixing a high cost.
Okej, to wyszło bardzo fajnie. Szybciej niż sądziłem. Ale to jest muszla, no tak. Ilekroć tak zjeżdżam po jakimś wzniesieniu, to mi się przypomina ślizganie, znaczy snowboarding z Wiedźmina. Raz mi się udało, ale chyba nie udało mi się na tyle, żeby wpadło to osiągnięcie.
This shell should be perfect for Praksylii's lyre.
Okej, to teraz jakby trzeba przejść tędy. O matko, to jest trochę jednak drogi. Ej, dzika tam mamy. I to dziki. Okej, teraz na kunika. I wio. Ty, że chyba piesek zareagował na te gwizdnięcie. Tak, niektóre... nie, tędy to chyba nie wiedziałem, bo ten cały port. Że niektóre... A, już wiem, gdzie jesteśmy. Chyba wiem. Nie, jednak nie tu. Myślałem, że jesteśmy w tym porcie, ale to w innej części tego. W innej krainie, w innej części lądu. A, my na to przestawienie gonimy teraz. A, to jest brzozę, kurde. Nawet nie patrzyłem, czy to tam w ogóle jest. Czyli możliwe, że na jakieś niedźwiedzi trafimy. Żeby nie było zbyt łatwo. Chyba jednak nie. A jednak. Trzecia jest.
That should be enough wood for a new lyre.
Trochę tak na ślepo to uzbierałem, ale uzbierałem. Aż tego latania tu jest. Jeszcze pogoda nie ułatwia życia, chociaż wolę deszcz niż burzę. Burzy nie lubię. Raz bardzo blisko mnie uderzył piorun i od tej pory mam strach przed piorunami. W każdym razie lepiej mieć strach przed czymś niż lęk. Bo strach to jest strach przed czymś konkretnym, gdzie znamy przyczynę, a lęk to jest coś głębszego, co trudno, tak powiem, uleczyć.
I have everything we need.
Excellent. Give it here.
Be careful with it.
He'll like me better when I'm done. You always were too rough with your fingering.
Well, that's the first complaint I've heard about it.
Ha!
There he is, looking more handsome than ever.
You call this your best work? You're robbing me blind.
Oh, shut up and go deafen the masses with your wailing.
Thanks for the help. Here's your drachmi. I need some time to put a high cost through spaces. I might need some help after though, so swing by my tent when you have a minute.
Sure, if I'm in the area.
Naprawa Liry. No tak, wielkich pieniędzy za to nie było, ale cóż. No tak, się nam znacznik pokazał, więc wracamy sobie. No, chyba odpalimy konika. Teraz do teatru jedziemy na te przedstawienie. Ale tam dotrzemy piechotą, zanim do nas konik dobiegnie.
The Mistias returns. Do you have time to accompany me and Achaikos to our triumphant performance?
Why not?
After all this, I wouldn't miss it.
Excellent. We team up once more.
So we're a team now. Can I still expect to get paid?
After my performance, drachmi will be in no short supply. Trust me.
You've dedicated your life to your art. You must have a lot to show for it.
I write 100 poems every night when I go to sleep, and I throw out 100 every morning when I wake up. Luckily, some have survived to touch people.
Do you have any favorites?
There's one I'm well known for that is very dear to me. The most beautiful thing I leave is the light of the sun. Second are the shining stars and the face of the moon. Then ripe cucumbers, apples, and pears too.
Sounds nice. But we should get going. So, cucumbers.
The sun gives us the
Dziedzictwo Praksylii.
In your poem, you say you leave the sun. Why?
Not me. Adonis. He's being asked upon death about the most beautiful things he's left behind. To me, there is no greater beauty than that of the sun and the moon and stars.
Oh, why is
Zmienię sobie strój na wojownika.
being asked this?
Adonis is beauty incarnate. What could be so beautiful that even he would be pained to leave?
I see. Looks like we've made it.
Marvelous. Thank you. Looks like my adoring fans are ready for me.
It's Praksylii!
I heard she was coming this year.
Praksylii! Recite something for us!
I've been reciting this poem for years. Cassandra, would you do me the kindness of allowing me to hear it anew from your lips?
I couldn't.
Nonsense. You know everything you need to do it justice. How about something new this year?
The most beautiful thing I leave is the light of the moon.
Wow! Is this a new version?
Second are the shining eyes and face of my lover.
Oh, that's so romantic! Is it a new variation?
Then, ripe cucumbers, apples, and pears too.
That's always been my favorite verse.
Cassandra, your interpretation of my poem has made me feel more connected to it than I have in years. You didn't recite my words, but the emotions shone through.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It wouldn't be a poetry festival without someone causing a disturbance.
Praksylii, get to safety. I can handle them.
Attack!
What are you? Do you even know what the end of your weapons are?
Jakiegoś typa zabili niestety, no ale cóż.
Happens every year. Some cursed idiots drink too much wine and get themselves killed.
I didn't know poetry festivals were such lively events.
Indeed. I need to take a moment to recover. Let's go back to my tent.
But we do have a happy ending.
Praksylii, it has taken me long years of soul-searching and many nights of tears to bring myself to this moment. I am Archimedes, your son.
Ona chyba wie.
When I heard the name of the man who stole my lyre, I suspected it might be you.
I've dreamt of hurting you as you hurt me and my father 1,000 times. But I only knew you as the mother who abandoned me and not as the artist that I just saw.
Just as Adonis lamented the beauty he left behind, I too left that which was most precious to me on the death of my old self.
You're not dead. Neither of you are. Take this opportunity and see what you can build together.
Thank you for all your help.
Dziedzictwo Praksylii ukończone.
The new poem I'm working on is my favorite yet.
No i klawo. Czyli, o, ten zawsze od razu widzę w tym samym miejscu. Czyli teraz możemy sobie spokojnie przejść do kolejnego zadania, ale zanim to zrobimy, zapiszemy sobie stan gry i spojrzymy, co nas teraz czeka. Co byłoby kolejnego tutaj. Tu chyba nie widzę nic za bardzo. Tu jest jedna misja, a tu jest druga. A tu jest trzecia. A ten wyjątkowo paskudny dzień, nie wiem, czy tu na końcu nie zostawię. Czyli tak, to będzie proces Sokratesa, córy Lajali. Ile nam jeszcze zostało? Czy przyjaciel na śmierć i życie? Aha, czy gdzieś jeszcze jeden został taki, którego tu nie widać za bardzo na tym. Ciekawe, że go tak nie widać normalnie. Interesujące. Być może gdzieś jeszcze będzie po drodze. Patrzcie, to nas jeszcze w ogóle nie było. Interesujące, że w ogóle nie mogę znaleźć tego kolejnego. Znaczy to zostało. Chyba, że gdzieś to jest... O, mamy tutaj. Odyseja. Dobra, to przynajmniej wiemy. Czyli to teraz zrobimy. To gonimy sobie... Może zrobimy proces Sokratesa. Czy ta awantura. Całkiem fajny motyw. Ogólnie da się zauważyć, że praktycznie każda misja z tego gatunku to jest mniej więcej 45 minut rozgrywki, choć poprzedni odcinek to była jedna misja, to jest... gdzieśmy to znaczyli. To była jedna misja, a dokładniej... Gdzie ten był cały? Dobra, nieważne. Że tamta misja była taka wyjątkowo długa, bo zajęła 1,5 godziny czasu. 1,5 godziny po prostu. Patrz, te orychalki, to jest bez sensu.
Welcome back, Mistyos. I'm always happy to see you.
I'd be happy to see you more if you agreed to accept Rahmi.
Sorry to disappoint, my friend, but I'm still only interested in orichalcum.
What do you do with that strange metal?
Its value is beyond compare. It's ancient and worth far more than mere drachmi. I'm just one of the few to realize this.
All right, keep your secrets. Show me what you have.
Właśnie, co on tu będzie miał? Specjalnie przyboczni lwie serce. -3 do obrażeń podczas przyspieszenia. Właśnie, nie wiem po jakiego czorta to jest miecz skory. 21 do obrażeń miecza. To jest 70, a mamy któryś 70. Brązowy napierśnik. Ile w ogóle mamy tych orchalków? 228. Ramiona Sfinksa. Dołowcy 19. Patrzcie, zestaw grzywy Sfinksa. To się da w ogóle kupić całe? 100% obrażeń krytycznych przy użyciu zdolności łowcy. Nice, czyli każdy jeden daje. Dobra, spróbujemy, może kiedyś kupimy resztę. Czemu nie? Co my tu jeszcze mamy? Brązowy napierśnik, 42 do pancerza. Nieźle, przyznam. A tu jest miecz skory. Do wojownika. A, tu spróbujemy. Zobaczymy, co nam w ogóle da tak na marginesie. Ten miecz skory. To byłoby zamiast Nikolaosa. Koładzie do 15 obrażeń mieczem. Trochę mniej. Ale patrzcie, dodaje obrażenia tak normalnie. Nieźle. Miecz skory. A spróbujemy. Daje niezłe pierdyknięcie. To jeszcze może tylko wpadniemy do kowala. I może trochę ulepszymy ten mieczyk. Będzie fajnie mieć trochę takiego boosta do wojownika. Czy w sumie było warto zajrzeć. Czy tak, tego raczej nie ulepszymy, jak tu widzę. Możemy tylko wygrawerować oczywiście. To jest ten. To jest miecz wojownika, więc ogień to nie. Asesyna 3 do wszystkich obrażeń. 25 na trafienie krytyczne dzięki umiejętności. Bohaterski cios, okrzyk bojowy Aresa to też byłby niezłe. Kiedy by się na przykład dawało okrzyk jako umiejętność, czy do jakiejś walki z bossami. To byłby niezłe. A spróbujemy, co tam. Dobra, idziemy dalej. Tak, dzisiaj w ogóle była premiera, zeszło embargo na recenzję do Phantom Liberty i są bardzo obiecujące. Jedyny ból to tylko taki, że czego się obawiałem, że ten dodatek i tak będzie krótszy od podstawki, co było raczej do przewidzenia, ale jednak bardzo mnie ciekawi, jak będzie ogólnie.
I'm here to see Socrates.
Cassandra!
You know who I am?
Of course I do. Socrates never stops talking about you.
And you are?
His wife, of course. I'm Xanthippe.
Ładna babeczka.
Socrates never told me he had a wife.
Typical. The only time he's quiet is when he's eating. Yet he can't find time to mention me.
So where is Socrates? I got a note that said to meet him here.
That's what I'd like to know. He went to another symposium last night, and he didn't come home after.
Sounds like a good place to start looking.
I was just about to head there myself. Come, keep me company.
How long have you and Socrates been married?
It's been quite some time now.
Awantura o
What is it about him
Sokratesa.
that you love so much?
Love is not a word I'd use. Frustrates me to no end.
Gdzie ona polazła? Tam.
That doesn't surprise me.
Even so, it's worth the frustration. His mind is like no other. Not to mention, he's quite a good lover.
That is not something I wanted to picture. It must be why Alcibiades seems so infatuated with him.
Don't mention that name around me. Always coming by drunk, sending Socrates gifts like giant cakes.
I didn't know.
It's fine.
Szkoda, że jak ma to się, że kamera nie obraca się razem z bohaterką, ale może i lepiej.
Xanthippe, over here!
Παύσον πάρα αυτά.
Xanthippe!
What is it?
Socrates! They took him away. They said he was under arrest.
For what?
I have no idea.
We were just talking after the symposium. I'd say go ask him yourself, but he'll be guarded. They took him southeast of here.
That fool! I knew this would happen to him one day.
I'll find him. Don't worry.
This is his doing. It's best to let these things run their course.
Can't believe Sokratesa was arrested. I need to find out what happened.
Dobra, czy idziemy teraz z nim pogadać? No z wielką chęcią bym zagrał w tą grę w trybie VR, żeby tylko móc sobie pochodzić po tych uliczkach. To byłoby coś niesamowitego. W ogóle chyba mam taki zamiar sobie kupić okulary VR i w ten sposób sobie grać.
You won't survive this!
O kurde. O kurde. Niezła jadka. Tośmy zrobili ładny rozjazd, tutaj nie ma co.
Good luck beating me! Wysokie!
Czy ktoś tu coś jeszcze? Czy to jest wszystko? Tak sobie tu będziemy łazić, on tak już pewnie ogarnięty. Dobra.
Cassandra, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same.
Well, here I am. Though I'm more curious about how you are here. The guards let you in?
Huh.
We've known each other a long time now. You know how I got in here.
You've taught me that the blade can sometimes be necessary. But I don't think this was one of those times.
I was worried about you.
Your care is appreciated, but if you had waited only a bit longer, I'm sure my trial would have taken place and I'd be free.
You're not going to trial. We're getting you out of here.
I understand your concern, but what good would escaping do other than prove I'm guilty? No. In fact, I'm looking forward to this trial.
You would go to trial just to prove you can convince them of your innocence?
Exactly. You have your ways to find excitement, and I have mine.
What were you arrested for?
I haven't the slightest idea.
And that doesn't bother you?
Sometimes understanding does not come at the moment we would like. More importantly, this is giving me the necessary time to think.
About?
I went to see the Pythia, and she told me there is none wiser than me. An intriguing thought, and one I've been unable to stop thinking about.
Socrates, the Pythia is...
It matters not what you believe she is or she isn't. I must examine not only her words, but my own self as well. I know nothing, so how could I be called wise?
What does that have to do with being locked up?
I believe my time here and this trial may help me find the answer. I will be fine. Trust me.
I've known you for a while now.
That's true.
And you'd call us friends?
I would.
And friends share important things with one another. Is that so?
It is.
Then how did I not know you were married? From what you just said, that means either we're not friends, or that friends don't share with one another. So, which is it?
I've wondered how much of our conversation you've taken to heart. And now, I have my answer.
Were you doing anything when you got arrested?
If speaking my mind is worth imprisonment, then I suppose I was.
In the future, you may want to be more careful.
You risk life and limb every time you draw your blade. Just because it's my tongue that is sharp, doesn't mean I'm not prepared to face the consequences of using it.
Since you won't leave with me, I'll go see the Pythia myself.
That's not necessary.
I'll find out why she told you that. I won't let you go to trial, even if you think you'll be found innocent.
Ah, Cassandra, you...
I'll come back when I have what I need.
Tak, Cassandra dobra przyjaciółka, mimo wszystko. Awantura Sokratesa ogarnięta. Dobra, co teraz? Odzyskać mowę. Troszkę mamy do tego. Kilometrów. Pytanie tylko, gdzież to będzie? Aż tutaj. O, czyli Delfy. Moje ulubione Delfy. To jest ciekawe, że to jest moje ulubione miasto. Nawet nie wiedziałem, że tam będzie finał historii o... No, jak oni się nazywają? Czcicieli. Czcicieli, o. A ten mieczek jest taki niby ładny, jakoś tak średnio się nim macha, powiem szczerze. Co my tu mieliśmy wcześniej? Miecz Nikolosa. Siga Prometeuszna to jest mocniejsza. 15. 28. A do wywnika jest trochę więcej. Dobra, whatever, na razie tego używamy. Aha, to myślałem, czemu się ta Cassandra nagle zatrzymała? Takiej badziewie tu stało naprzeciw.
Oh no, not you.
Aha.
You remember me?
Just go. I'm too old for this.
Tak, chłop tego nie lubi. No właśnie, to jest jedno z tych miejsc, gdzie zawsze wchodzimy dopiero jak się wczyta nam scena. Aż Starfielda to przypomina. O matko, już?
Malagas!
No to menda. Okej, chłopaki rozmowne nie były. Więc wyszło jak wyszło. Aha, teraz musimy z Pyty opowiadać. Dużo tego było, nie ma co. Zaraz, ona tu gdzieś jest. Jesus. Jak mi się to wszystko mota. Gdzież ona jest? A, gdzieś na dole. Żadnych skarbów.
There might be a bit of blood when you go upstairs.
You again?
I'm here for a different reason.
After last time, they tortured me. I thought they were going to kill me, just like I told you. It hurt so badly, I begged for death.
I didn't mean for that to happen.
Just hurry, and tell me what you want.
There's something you need to know. The cult is dead.
What do you mean, they're dead?
Just that. I've killed them all. There is nobody left to control you.
You may have unmasked those who made the decisions, but the cult did not die with them. Their beliefs will live on.
Then I'll find and kill whoever follows them.
That is not a possible task. Now, tell me what you want.
You told Sokratis something, and I want to know why.
Questioning why the Pythia speaks is a strange thing.
I know why you speak, and I know who controls your voice. Tell me why the cult had you tell Sokratis he's the wisest.
The cult didn't tell me to say that. I did that on my own.
The cult wouldn't allow you to do that.
Which is why I was very careful. I seek Sokratis as an ally, but simply asking him to help wouldn't have worked.
An ally for what?
I know much of Sokratis. Not only has he visited me often, but his students do as well.
Get to the point.
You know the gods don't speak through me. I feel Sokratis is the one who can convince others of this. If he succeeds, the cult will have no more need for me.
So you're hoping he comes to the conclusion that the gods don't exist?
It matters not if Sokratis believes they exist. He needs simply to doubt that the gods speak through me.
I understand why you think Sokratis can help, but why tell him he's the wisest?
He'll delve into what it means to be wisest. It's my hope he'll conclude he's not, and therefore doubt the words of the gods.
If you just told him your words aren't from the gods, wouldn't that serve the same purpose? And much quicker?
Sokratis is not the type to desire the answer so easily. He'll have more drive when he finds the answer on his own.
This is getting complicated.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you do, you can't tell Sokratis.
I understand. He has to come to the answer on his own.
Exactly. Although, if you truly wish to help Sokratis, a student of his came by not long before you. He seemed distraught.
Distraught?
He was clutching a book tightly to his chest and kept looking over his shoulder. He told me he was going into a tomb nearby until things were safe.
Thank you. I'll find him.
Zakręcony quest. Nie ma co. Aczkolwiek typiara nie miała głupiego takiego pomysłu wcale. No już nie ma po co, wszyscy martwi. Dobra, grobowiec w Fokidzie leży w zachodniej części góry Parnas. A, to gdzie ten. Tam już byliśmy. Tego typa będziemy ratowali. Po co iść drogą, jak można po skosie, jak to we wszystkich grach bywa. Idziemy możliwie najkrótszą trasą. Cóż nie mówić o grach typu GTA czy Cyberpunk, gdzie możemy wszędzie też szybko dojechać.
This is it.
This is it. I znowu jest ciemna noc. Ciemna noc. Kurde, już miałem ochotę przez chwilę zanucić głuchą noc PI, ale zapomniałem słów.
For sharing my fear of things with you.
What was that?
Nothing.
You breathe your...
Jak któregoś pięknego razu, jak za pierwszym razem tu byłem, to za bardzo nie wiedziałem, co się dzieje i Zmasakrowałem wszystkich jakoś tak na pamięć.
You don't need to be scared now. I'm not with them.
That doesn't mean you won't kill me. You just want this for yourself.
I'm a friend of Socrates.
You are? Prove it.
Socrates is one of the most frustrating people I've ever known. He just talks and talks and talks. And it feels like he asks questions just so he can continue talking and talking and talking.
What you call frustrating, I call brilliant. But it's clear you know him well.
Why were those men after you?
For some reason, they wanted these writings of Socrates's. Well, I wrote them, but it's all his words.
That seems like a strange thing to want.
One of them had a big mouth. He mentioned something about the priest at the sanctuary of Athena Pronea. He said this was the final thing they needed to get rid of Socrates.
I've always been curious. What does Socrates teach you?
So much. Follow him around for an entire day and you won't be able to sleep. Your mind will be so aflutter with thoughts.
I'm not sure I'd last a whole day with him. What drew you to Socrates?
I've never met a man like him and I don't think I ever will again. Every day with him is one worth waking up for.
I'll take care of the priests.
Thank you. And, well, please, give this to Socrates. It hurts me to say this after all I've learned from him, but I have a family. I can't risk being caught up in whatever this is.
So you're going to stop being his student?
It feels I have no choice. Maybe one day that will change.
I'll be sure to give him the writings.
Thank you. Make sure he stays safe. The world will be a worse place without him in it.
That student gave me an idea. Xanthippe said there was a symposium. Maybe I can convince the others who were there to help Socrates. I'm not sure why the priests want Socrates gone.
Odzyskać mowę. Dom wariatów. Przyjęto kilka zadań. Tak, to będzie chyba między innymi te całe notki, czy coś tam.
I need to talk to them.
Ta. Zapiski. W zasadzie to zobaczymy, cóż to za zapiski są. Tak na marginesie. Aha, nie przejrzymy ich. Jeszcze te cholerne te... Dobra. Kiedy indziej tylko sobie zobaczymy. Troszkę będziemy na tego cholerstwa znowu sprzedać. Ja w ogóle nie używam tych maczug. Przydałoby się młot Jazona do wojownika 19. Sztylet Kronosa. Dwadzieścia do obrażeń za użycie zdolności i przełamanie tarczy. Plus 20 do zdolności ładowania ataku. Obrażenia od ognia. No, spróbujemy te dwa. Coś tu jeszcze było? Tutaj coś mamy jeszcze. Właśnie. Ach, piękny jest ten utwór, naprawdę jest piękny. Na dłuższą metę byłby bardzo trippy, szczególnie kiedy się upierdliwie szuka czegoś w tych zawiłych korytarzach grobowców, ale ogólnie niesamowity kawałek i bardzo mi się dobrze kojarzy. Mimo wszystko. Tak więc idziemy sobie pogadać z filozofami i zobaczymy, co mają do powiedzenia.
Maybe I can convince them to stand up for Socrates at the time.
It's as Xenophani said, of course. We have given the gods human forms because we wish them to be as we are. No, they are as they are. Who are we to give form to the gods? Exactly the point. As he said, if oxen or horses or any beast could produce art as we do, they would form the gods in the image of themselves. Yes, well, they can't. and you simply showed me again why Xenophanes is problematic. Come now, don't be like that. It's okay to be wrong. Sometimes. I wouldn't know what that's like.
Do not students take what they learn from their teachers? What then if the teacher is wrong? Does that not simply perpetuate these wrong teachings amongst future generations?
You assume the students aren't wise enough to understand the flaws of the teacher. Think of those who came before us. First Thales, then his student Anaximandros, and then Anaximenes. Without the teachings of those before him, it's safe to say Anaximenes would not have reached the conclusions.
Oczywiście, to jest podstawa
I
filozofii.
don't think that's true at all. Oh, perhaps this new phase can offer a different perspective.
Koleś ma w ogóle beznadziejną fryzurę, jak ten tamten typ z tej misji z dwoma braćmi. A tak jest w filozofii, że każdy kolejny filozof bierze jakieś mądrości z poprzedniego i rozwija je.
A student gets to take all the knowledge of their teacher without needing to come up with answers themselves. If they're smart, they should surpass those they studied under.
An astute observation. The time saved by receiving the knowledge allows the student not only to expand on the ideas, but to come up with more of their own. But what if the student expands on ideas without first seeking the truth behind them?
If we listen to others and take what they say as fact, we have only ourselves to blame.
So, no matter who is speaking, student or teacher, we must spend time trying to understand if what they say is even true.
Your appearance betrays you, Mystios. Clearly, you've taken on a teacher of your own.
Something like that. He's the reason I'm here. Socrates needs your help.
Socrates? Ha! If it's another debate you want, it will be hard for us to decide who hates that man more. Why would we help him?
Ten mały to chyba będzie Platon.
It doesn't matter if he's your worst enemy. If they're willing to imprison someone like Socrates only for his words, what's to say they won't do the same to you?
So, you want us to help out of fear of being imprisoned ourselves?
I don't care why you help. If I hadn't said his name, would you think it was right Socrates was locked up?
If it's as you say, and it was for his words, then no.
And aren't you afraid it could happen to you, too?
Of course. If we can't speak our minds, what else are we to do?
If you believe that, then you should help.
Fine, fine. You've made your point, and you've made it well. Socrates deserves our help, but we don't give it lightly.
That makes it worth even more.
We'll be on our way then. We'll gather some others as well. Make sure our voices are heard. Believe it or not, we're pretty good at causing a scene.
If you're like Socrates, that's not hard to believe.
Wow, I've never seen someone convince them so easily before.
Is that so? I guess I should feel proud. I'm surprised to see a child here.
Is there an age at which it would suddenly be okay to debate with them? What then of the night before I turned that age? Should we be prevented from doing what we wish due to the world's view of us?
I regret doubting you at all.
Thank you. There are few things greater than gaining the understanding of another.
On that, we disagree.
Disagreements can lead to even more understanding.
You're the first kid I've met who'd rather debate than play.
Don't tell the others, but I'm envious that you're a student of Socrates. I hope one day to be as well.
You're on the right path. What's your name?
Platon?
Aristocles. Although I've never liked that name much.
It does sound like countless others I've heard around Athens. Why not choose another?
I can do that? Huh. My brother always had a problem saying my name, so he called me Plato instead.
Ha.
Perhaps I'll use that.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, I better hurry after the others. Quiere.
Quiere. Siła perswazji ogarnięta. Czyli teraz kolejne zadanie, jakie nam zostało, i to będzie... Samo się nie pojawi, bo już się w zasadzie pojawiło, tylko trzeba je teraz kliknąć. To będzie uciszanie oponentów i to będzie, proszę Państwa, spotka się z Megaklesem, wodzem... Oj, nie to. Skradzione dowody, zabici kapłani. Dobra, gdzie to w ogóle będzie? Gdzieś w cholerę daleko. Czyli trzeba się będzie przejść, tak czy owak. Gonimy Nie ma co się cackać. Tak, w Delfach mógłbym mieszkać. Bardzo to ładnie. Pomimo tego, że tu jest cała miejscowa czcicieli. Znaczy już oczywiście ich nie ma. Ale lubię to miasto. Ma w sobie to coś. Kurde, zejdziemy tędy? Może się uda. Dało się. Byk skorpiony. O proszę, jeszcze się odkrywa jakieś nowe miejsca. Tak, tu by wypadało pewne rzeczy zrobić po cichu. Tak, trochę typa tu jest. Czy tu są dowody? Czy będzie ładna rzeźnia? Zanim dotrzemy tam, gdzie chcemy.
Αλλά των μνημονικών αυτής ούκ εστί έφεσχαλος. Το ίστα των ταράτων η επιλέληθη ουσία. Το όνομα αυτής τάφου.
Ήτη, είπε μαμά. Γεννήσομαι η μύτη σου. Λέγησαν με ό,τι...
To jest kolejne. Odpalimy Nyxa sobie. Sobie tu wejdziemy.
Those priests must be the ones who hired the thugs and want to get rid of Sokratesa.
O, jest niezły. Trochę to trwało.
Now that all the priests are dead, they won't be able to testify against Sokrates.
Otóż to. Teraz musimy jeszcze tylko dowody zebrać. Które są, proszę państwa.
I should return to Sokrates before the time starts.
stylu Sokratesa. Jesus. Czy teraz co? Spadamy stąd? Teraz pewnie do tego wracamy, do naszego Sokratesa. Tak, pomówiamy sobie z nim. Pomówiamy. A gdzież on w ogóle jest? Czyli znowu tam, gdzie ostatnio? Jesus, nałazimy się z nim. Nie ma co. Aha, czy musimy pierw to miejsce opuścić, żeby w ogóle móc się teleportować? Czyli bliżej na pewno będzie tutaj. Tędy. Dobra, podchodzimy trochę z innej strony do tego zadania, bo trafiłem aż na 3 najemników i to średnio wyglądało, więc musimy zrobić to w miarę ostrożnie. O, w ten sposób właśnie.
Socrates, you're here.
I am.
What happened? The trial couldn't have taken place that quickly.
Had I been given the chance to defend myself, it would have been quick indeed, but unfortunately for me, I was let free before I could.
That's good news.
Apparently, those who had charges to bring against me were found dead, and evidence they claimed to have went missing.
It sounds like someone was looking out for you.
There were also some people protesting my arrest, I was told. I have to ask, did you have something to do with this?
Oczywiście.
Do you really need to ask?
No, but you still deserve the chance to answer.
Did you have time to find an answer for the Pythia's words?
I thought it would have taken much longer than it did, but the moment I stopped thinking about it, it came to me like a flash of Zeus's lightning.
So, do you agree with the Pythia or not?
The gods cannot lie. Yet, I know that I know nothing. I had to understand what it meant for one who knows nothing to be called wise. I realized that though the Pythia said my name, she did not mean me.
Who did she mean then?
That is not an answer I'd yet like to voice. It's one that people may not want to hear, and I must think on how I wish to share my new beliefs with Athens.
Whatever it is, be careful. I don't want to find you've been arrested again. We should get you home. I'm sure you'll be more comfortable there.
In some ways, that will be true. In others, well, Xanthippe will decide that. Being free feels good, but I don't believe Xanthippe will be happy with me.
She has a good reason to be mad this time.
We argue often about how I need to be careful with what I say and what I said. This will only give her more cause to bring it up.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Oh, you misunderstand. I love it.
You do?
People see Xanthippe and believe it is her beauty that drew me to her. But it is her argumentative spirit I lust for.
Nobody ever likes that about me.
Having my opinions and thoughts challenged helps me to refine them and to grow as a person.
And she likes these arguments?
Oh, I doubt it. But it is in those fiery moments that her spirit is strongest, like an untamed horse.
Don't call her a horse to her face.
I'm afraid your advice is a bit too late.
Get somewhere safe, Socrates.
O kurde. Chłopaki się nie nudzą. No i się go całkiem szybko skasowało, trzeba przyznać. Ale ten tu siedzi jak gdyby nigdy nic.
I wonder what that was about.
The things I do, sometimes hard to know.
Let's hurry back before anything else happens.
Chyba się gdzieś tutaj zatrzymamy. Ta, stoi tu. Jego ładna żonka.
You came back. Finally. I'm ready to return to Athens. I've had enough of Phokis and this talk of the Pythia.
You will be happy to hear I have no need for her words any longer.
Ah, then something positive came out of this after all.
I just remembered. A student of yours has been taking notes of your teachings. He wanted you to have them.
Spali je w cholerę.
What did you do that for?
Nobody asked him to write down my words.
Even so, why not keep it? Share it with others.
Because of a story I was told as a boy.
All right, let's hear it.
The king of Egypt, Thamos, was visited by the god Thephtha. Thephtha offered the invention of writing to the king and told him it was an elixir of memory and wisdom. But Thamos disagreed. He believed the people would no longer use their memories, for they would simply read instead. These written words would not offer true wisdom, but only the appearance of such.
You don't want your own words written down, so others can't use them to pretend to be smart.
Much like creatures in a painting, the words sit there unmoving. If you ask them a question, they will preserve a solemn silence. And no matter how many times you ask, they will only ever say the same thing. They cannot defend their message.
That's the part you like. The defense of your words.
All who speak should defend their words if questioned about them. That is why I choose to speak and not write. That is why any words of mine that last beyond my final breath will be those that people choose to remember. Those words will be true wisdom and not an illusion.
What's your plan now?
After I return to Athens, there's much I need to consider.
You'll be careful, right?
If I have to choose between saying nothing and staying safe, or speaking up and risking my life, the choice is easy.
I should get going. I'm glad you're free.
As am I, although, if you allow me, there is something.
I doubt I could stop you.
We like to believe that action means progress, but it's control that's so truly desired. The more we do, the more control it seems we have, but the less we allow for others. If we grip too tightly, we'll find we've crushed what it is we're holding on to.
Meaning?
Meaning we must sometimes let life unfold without trying to influence the outcome.
I'll keep that in mind. I almost forgot. In your letter you said you had something to ask me. What was it?
You know, I've completely forgotten now. Take care, Cassandra.
Stay out of trouble, Socrates.
Hełm bezbożności. No i w stylu Sokratesa ogarnięte. No to fajnie, czyli w jednym odcinku zrobiliśmy Lirę. Tego, jak mu tam było? Apolina? Jak to szło? A, my tu nie mamy chyba zakończonych. Czy mamy zakończone? Nie, nie widzimy zakończonych. No ale nieważne. Okej, czyli w kolejnym odcinku prawdopodobnie zrobimy córki Lajali. Dobra, w tym odcinku to tyle. Ja wam dziękuję za uwagę i zapraszam do kolejnego odcinka moich przygód w Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Gra do was pan w demonu z Księżyca. Hej!